Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
So normally people might send in photos of the sunset, right, or some of our picturesque views. Today, wildfire smoke.
Lots of pictures and videos, and we appreciate all of them, weather at abc4.com. But yeah, they really give us that perspective within our communities. These are our neighbors.
Yeah.
We worry about these fires, especially into the thick of fire season. Check out these pictures from the Willard Peak fire as it ignited. Thank you so much to Melissa for sharing it. You can just tell by looking at these thick plumes of smoke and the flames how close to neighborhoods this initially was, with evacuations still underway tonight and different changing weather conditions as we head into the overnight as well. You could see that smoke from Eden, the Wasatch back. Look at that plume. Barbie catching that. Really, really clear to see that was putting off thick smoke as we made it into the evening. Satellite radar shows that area of high pressure. I want to zoom in here because that dome of heat brought our high temperatures today. But as we zoom in, you're able to see that, yeah, we had a few thunderstorms right on the fringe of that ridge. Now, outflow boundaries in the West Desert from these storms that you see in the last few hours, kicking up a lot of dirt and dust, and with our westerly winds carried some of those clouds of dirt and dust over the Wasatch Front. Look at Ensign Peak. My goodness, this is what it looked like this evening. I'm sure you saw it out there and you said, what is going on? But we definitely saw that smoke and those conditions. Now, the heat was another thing that we were battling today and dealing with. And as we look at our record heat, it just gives you one of the criteria for red flag warnings. We saw records break because of the heat and tied today at the City Creek Water Plant. Grand Staircase tied that record in Provo, tied it in Salt Lake, Kodachrome Basin, and Wellington. So noteworthy heat, which plays into our fire danger, and so do the winds. Highest wind speeds, bigger numbers. In northern Utah, look at Logan, look at Wendover, look at Salt Lake, that westerly wind making its presence known. Tonight, we just got new information on these red flag warnings. They have extended in southern Idaho and southwestern Wyoming for another day. The Wasatch Mountains will hold on until tomorrow night. So this area currently under a red flag warning. We step back, and what you're going to see over the Uintas, eastern Utah, into the Swell, and central Utah, as well as the West Desert, red flag warnings that go into effect at noon tomorrow. But this is going to be for valleys. The Wasatch Front is included in this at noon tomorrow. So is the West Desert. These are valley locations where we're going to have critical fire danger for our Thursday. And it's not our typical gusty winds, dry conditions. No, we're adding dry thunderstorms to the mix, which means we could see lightning and very strong outflow boundary winds. Great shot coming from Brigham City tonight. Thank you for submitting on abc4.com. 102 for that high in Salt Lake, 105 in Green River, 107 in St. George. Delta hit 100. Lots of folks in the 100 club tonight. Partly cloudy skies with 80s getting into the low to mid 70s for that overnight. And we will see the clouds, which are indicative of an increase of monsoon moisture sticking around for tomorrow. Time-lapse video coming out of southern Utah. Few clouds. There you go. Moisture on the move. We catch it there. We need it. We have been so dry. Day 39 of no measurable moisture in Salt Lake City. That could change in the coming days here, 22 days, since we've seen it in St. George. We do see the chance of storms uptick Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. So with that moisture potential, we will see storms. It's a general thunderstorm threat tomorrow for the entire state. That was expanded today. But we're very dry at the surface, which means Thursday, dry thunderstorms with lightning and gusty winds. Friday, the threat holds on for a portion of Utah, but this is when we'll start to see some rain mixing in, and we're going to see that flash flood threat increase. Big picture shows that high pulling to the four corners. Clockwise flow, funneling in moisture. We're going to see those isolated storms. The trough is digging, that low lifts over Utah. Active skies with moisture lingering until about Saturday, and then we dry out. So this is a subtle change, but a big one when you look at our weather pattern over the last few weeks. Futurecast shows us tonight some high-based dry thunderstorms maybe towards the state line. They get popping in the West Desert by tomorrow afternoon. This is going to be interesting because we're going to get strong outflow boundary winds with lightning. That's why red flag warnings are in effect. We also see that over the higher elevations east of I-15. We stay active into Friday, and we become a little more widespread. The potential for those storms along the Wasatch Front a little more scattered on Friday with lingering moisture into Saturday. Temperatures ease, 96 for the high tomorrow. That's still above average. 103 in Moab, 104 in St. George. We're backing off of that heat as high pressure moves. Threat of a storm in southern Utah over the next couple of days, knocking temperatures temperatures to the upper 90s before drying out. That drier air arrives on Sunday. Here's a look at the Wasatch Front. 102 today, mid-90s tomorrow, seasonal norms by Friday, more cloud cover, and the potential of a few pop-ups. Dry thunderstorms Thursday with critical fire danger. Can't stress that enough. We're watching it happen tonight along the northern Wasatch Front. We don't want to see that again.
Stay aware, stay careful, that's for sure.